That's blessed.
Oh,
Oh,
these aren't even. Oh, these are real books. You're telling me someone just ripped all the backs off all these books, bro? Oh, that's
different type.
nasty work.
The Betta Boyz are definitely one group I'd like to have on this.
Yeah,
Favorite,
you're gonna need a lot more chairs. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Welcome to Mogul Radio, a platform where we sit and talk with artists, visionaries, innovators, and honestly, friends. We discuss their journey through, their passion. Why is it that they love their passion? What challenges they face during their passion? And what inspiration drives them. If you're an artist, creative, or just curious, this is a platform to just connect and grow. Let's get started. Today, I have with me Calgary's very own. Like I say that. Dozie Music. What's good, bro? How are you
What's up,
doing?
bro? Hey, I'm good, man. I'm good. Happy to be here.
Yeah,
Appreciate you having me.
yeah.
Feels a little weird. Like I haven't been in this spot in a long time, so it's good to be
No,
here, though.
I'm happy you could be here.
Yeah,
I reached out to Heko to reach out to you because we hadn't talked. We've only met once and we only
yeah,
talked once. But
yeah.
I was like, if I ask Heko, there's a higher chance you say yes to this.
No, honestly, bro, I would have said yes as long as I seen the message. Bro, I'm so bad with like messaging and like social media, like checking that stuff. I'm so bad with it, honestly.
It's calm. It's calm. But before we get started and diving into the conversations, I
Mm.
would let you introduce yourself to
Oh, okay.
everyone.
Yeah. Hey everyone, how you doing? I'm Dozie. Nice to meet you. I'm a Nigerian hip hop artist who's living in Canada. Moved here when I was like, what was it, 10? Went back to Nigeria for a bit, and now I am back in Calgary doing an interview with the man himself. Uh, I make music of all genres and don't really know how to explain it past that. I just love making music, and I think that's just one of the things that keeps me going in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna love you when you hear your music. When they
Uh,
hear your music,
yeah.
sure.
Hey, let me know if you listen for sure.
But tell us about your artistic journey. How did you decide that? Oh yeah, I wanted to go into music.
Oh man, that's a crazy one. So like, bro, I feel like a lot of people don't even know this story. We're taking like, I was shoot, this is like grade 6 or something like that, and I was living in Calgary, and there's this kid who used to just like try and punk me and stuff like that. So I was like, yo, this is like one day I just like, man, I can't do this anymore. I'm not listening to this, and like I'm not a violent or like aggressive person, but I just kind of snapped and I was like, yo, like push the guy away. Like it became a whole thing, right? And then I guess like yeah, I got in a little trouble. My parents weren't too happy about it. So
Uh,
that summer we went to Nigeria and then everyone came back, but I didn't.
okay,
So
this happened in Canada.
yeah, this happened in Canada. And then like next thing you know, like I go back to Nigeria, my parents like, okay, man, you need to lock in. Like you need to come back to the base roots. You know what I mean? So I went back to Nigeria in grade 7 and like went to boarding school there. And I was like, I can't even lie. Like there were so many good moments and there's so many things I learned for myself, right? That I'll never complain about, but at the same time, like, whew, man, that was a humbling experience, yeah. Especially when I
I,
come from Canada too.
okay,
Uh,
yeah, you were in Canada and you yeah, I've been in boarding house.
yeah,
It's something.
yeah, and like, man, I was like, ah, I'm this Canadian kid coming back to Nigeria. I'm like, I'm gonna be the guy. You know what I mean? Like that was not the case for sure. But yeah, JS1, and that's grade 7 for those who are Nigerian. But yeah, JS1, that's what happened, and then like I was trying to keep up with my friends from Canada, right? And like, there's someone who's like recently popping. That was Justin Bieber at the time. He was
Uh-huh.
huge, man. Like, and I didn't know, but everyone was talking about him when I messaged back through Facebook at school, right?
Yeah.
And then like they started playing the songs in Nigeria and like at our socials at Cherryfield College, and just from there, like I started learning the lyrics to Baby for some reason, and like the Ludacris verse got me. And like I've always listened to hip hop before that, right? But it was the Ludacris verse that got me, and like I think some girl I was very interested in at the time loved
Mhm.
that song. So like I mastered the lyrics for like the Ludacris verse specifically. I don't know if I can still do it. That would be crazy. But yeah, and just like that happened. Came back to Canada, started making music, started doing some talent shows.
Yeah.
I think I did one in grade 8, grade 9. I don't know where those clips are, but there's a CD that has them. Shout out Mr. Highland for making those. Um, yeah, and just like that, like things just started working out. In grade 10, releasing music. Nobody really listened at the time. And then grade 11 was like very interesting because I go to class one day and like I knew some people already were listening to the music at this time, right? And then in between announcements, they play music
Oh,
before they do their announcements. And then I heard my track. I was like, okay,
we're getting somewhere.
yeah, we got something. We got something. Somebody cares.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was the end of that. Like, and then it was just onward from there, just traction, trying to build traction.
Oh,
I wasn't really taking it seriously, but I just liked the aspect of doing it. And like, I was the music guy, so I stepped up in the music guy.
What year were you when you came back to Canada after being in Nigeria?
Oh, I came back like a year after, man. I couldn't go through that again, bro. Ooh-wee.
So your parents like pitied you and like, okay, we're going to send you back, or it's like you've learned your lesson now, come back.
Yeah, I feel like it was like a learn your lesson thing. But like, dog, like before I even went, bro, like there's so many things in life that I just didn't know how to do for myself. Like I learned how to do my own laundry there. Like I could iron my clothes and like all these little things that were just like I grew up fast. And as a firstborn kid, like you gotta grow up fast. And like
For sure.
and like I took school seriously. I was always good at like stuff like math. I'm very good at like anything that has to do with like calculations, physics, math, anything like that. I'm good at that stuff. I just don't do English well. Which is a weird thing for someone who makes music, right? Like I just grammar is just not my thing, dog. I just
Fairs, man.
yeah.
Fairs. So when you moved back to Canada, you said you were recording your own music and all. Did you buy your own equipment, or it was just on like Audio Mac on the laptop, record on your phone?
Oh man, that's where I gotta give a shout out to Hemen, the Blue. I came back and my parents, like another Nigerian family, moved in like a couple houses down, and that was Hemen.
Yeah.
He goes by the Blue. He's actually from Calgary too.
Oh, I know Hemen.
Yeah.
Hemen's a cool guy.
He's solid, bro. He's like
Hemen
10 out of
is
10
a cool
dude.
guy.
For
Shout out to
sure.
you, Hemen.
Yeah, God bless you, bro. Honestly, I wouldn't be here without you anyway, for sure. But yeah, he started making music. Like he's always been making music, right? And I came over, I was like, okay, fire. Like I would always just go to his house to just listen to him make music. And then I think one day I just actually made something. Then another thing.
Yeah.
Then it became a bug.
Yeah.
And then my Christmas present the year after that was like, I want equipment. I got equipment immediately right after that. And like, I think having the equipment became a problem because like I kind of just got writer's block. I'm like, yo, what am I supposed to talk about here? Like, I ain't gone through much yet. I'm in grade 8, 9. I'm like, I ain't gone through nothing yet. I can't be talking like that. So yeah, I came back and that was the end of the story, bro. Like next thing you know, I started making music with him. He had a couple shows at his church and stuff like that, and I would always pop out with him and like do a couple songs there and there. And then I think high school came. We just weren't like we were seeing each other as much as we could, but like I had to like start making my own stuff. I found a studio, the Boys and Girls Club, and I started recording there. And that's how I met like Jay Spence and like a whole bunch of other people. So yeah.
Calm.
Yeah.
Do you still have tracks from that time, or?
Yeah. And you can find them if you really look too. That's the problem.
What is it? Have you been going by the same name, or?
Yeah, it's always been Dozie. Like honestly, I know some people call me Dozie, but it's Dozie to be factual. But yeah, there's a couple songs. Like if you can find me on SoundCloud, you have access to some music. You find some of that. Like you have access to some things that you're gonna be shocked. I don't sound the same even. That's the problem. And like that's the part that kills me. Like
I'm gonna throw this in the edit.
Yeah, like maybe hit him with a pop up of what it sounded like before, but like it's crazy, bro. Like I did not sound like this whatsoever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
From when you started music to now, how would you say your sound has evolved in potentially your genre and how you select your words, pattern of speech, and all of that?
Yeah, honestly, like it's changed a lot. Like I was very base level rhyme scheme kind of guy. Like I just want to make sure it rhymes at the very least. And I couldn't I was still learning pockets. Like when I started making music, I knew I had an innate sense for finding the beat and like finding the pocket to rap it or like to even sing it and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, the fact that I can do this, I know a lot of people can't do that. So that was like my thing. I was like, okay, I can do this at the very least. All I need to do is at least make it rhyme. I didn't have no hits. I didn't have nothing that was a banger or like anything that made sense at the time, but like it made sense to me. I felt like it was a hit. I don't know about everybody else, but like I felt like it was a hit. But like, yeah, like the rhyme pattern stuff was just like basic stuff. And then I can't remember what interview I saw. It was like Eminem or whatever. He's like, yeah, I read the dictionary through and through. I'm like, okay, let me try and do that. I did not execute that thing. I think I got to like the C's, and I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. And then I decided that like when it comes to rhyming, I don't really care about the patterns anymore. It's more about the fact that like I want to tell real life stories. So like it doesn't have to rhyme. And like sometimes I get stuck in those patterns and like trying to change it up is a thing. But honestly, over the years, my rhyme pattern has changed. Probably a bit better. There's more stuff like that going on that isn't just normal cadence. And then on top of that, like I think with the ability for me to like change my voice is
Yeah.
huge, and that's what I try to eat off. You know what I mean? So, and then trying to make Afrobeats music too, especially when I've been so removed from Nigeria for so long. Even though I
Yeah.
knew the tracks, I was
Yeah.
so removed from the culture for so long. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, the fact that I could even code switch and be like, "Guy, what's up? How you doing?" You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel you do this kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah, yeah.
crazy, right? So, the fact that I still had that, and I was like, okay, man, I gotta try and make Afrobeats at the very least.
Yeah.
And then that also changed the way I approached music. I try to sing a little more. God bless autotune. So I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna say. Yeah,
God
God bless
bless all the
autotune for
team.
real. Like,
No, that's
yeah.
and would you say now you're like in this era you're in, you're moving towards more Afrobeats, or you're still dabbling in everything and just trying to be
Yeah.
multifaceted in that sense?
Oh man, I don't know how to like when it comes to Afrobeats, I believe Afrobeats is its best, like it's at peak form in the summer. I don't
Uh-huh.
know why. I kind of base my music based on the seasons of the
Seasons.
year, right? Like during the winter, I don't want to. I'm not trying to hear nothing that's too crazy. Like I want mellow vibes, R&B vibes, stuff that like if there's a fire going, it makes sense. You come springtime, like all right, just a little something, like a little something to just get you moving, get you outside a little bit. And then the summer is when the Afrobeat steps in. You go with the bangers, everything like that. Like yeah, I treat music as like a seasonal thing. Like I release music according to the seasons, if that makes sense. So Afrobeats is summer peak.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
I've never heard that perspective before, but that's quite an interesting one. Is it
Yeah.
fair to say then your project coming out soon is more R&B vibes?
Yes, it's a loner's tape. It's a listen, man, if you're at home, you got the fire going, you just do it. You're just building yourself up. Like I feel like this is a tape for you. Like it's very short.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be a longer project that comes in early of next year.
Mhm.
Probably around my birthday, which is Jan 28th. So around then.
Oh, Rob,
Yeah, yeah.
projects back to back. Look at you,
Yeah.
big man. That's good.
I was getting lazy, man. I realized like back to back years, I only dropped like 4 songs. I'm like, okay, I'm getting lazy. I need to pick it back up.
I mean, but at the same time, you wouldn't want to rush the process, I presume.
I know, but bro, like I'm a catastrophe looper like crazy. Like I I loop stuff in my mind so much. Like I'm thinking about music 24/7, even when I'm around regular people, like my friends and stuff like that. There's always something in my head. And on top of that, like I think this year alone, I probably made like 200, 300 demo songs, but I've released four. And I think Kayvon, who's my manager, shout out to Kayvon, what's up? He wants to kill me like every day, man. Cause like I have music. It's not like I don't have music, but sometimes it's just like I try to perfect it to this point where it's like not great. And
Mhm.
then like not even that it's not good anymore. It's just about like in the moment I made it, it was amazing. A couple months later, a year down the line, it doesn't feel the same as it did then. And there's songs that are finished, done, ready for release that will just might never come out. So I'm trying to be less of that and just push music out now because like we're in such a weird space with social media and stuff where it's like attention spans aren't what they were.
Yeah.
You gotta strike while the iron's hot, and that was one of my biggest mistakes when I was coming out.
Mm.
So I didn't push enough. I didn't drop enough posts when I had the juice that I used to have. Right.
Yeah.
Uh, in due time, I'll build it back. I'll get it back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah. I think quality is important too. So like the fact that I've
That's for
sat
sure.
on it for a while, like when it's ready, it's gonna be ready and it's gonna be good.
That's fair.
Yeah.
On this new project coming out, was it new things that you recorded, or was it okay a mix of okay, this song is finished, I think it matches the vibe of this new project coming out, I'll add this to there, or did you record a whole new?
Man, I think up until August, I had a project that sounded completely different than what's like none of the stuff that was made before August that was supposed to be on the project is on the project. Everything that was made is in the last like month and a half, 2 months.
Hmm.
I don't know what it was, but it just felt like inorganic to me. The songs were great, but I think that's my thing, right? Like if it doesn't apply to my life as much anymore, I
Yeah.
don't want to release it, right?
Oh.
So I think what's coming is like more applicative to my life and like it's something that I want to listen to is like because this stuff is my journal. This is my
Mhm.
life and like in pen and pad. And some people may not listen to lyrics, but lyrics have always been my thing. And like
Mhm.
I love when someone writes a song that like I gotta wheel it back because I heard something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know.
And this project, is it just you, or there's some features we should be expecting?
The LP in January features for sure.
Mm-hmm.
This one is just all targeted strikes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just me. I think I love doing features and it gives me the chance to like do things that are not usually my sound.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's about time that I just kind of just let myself just fly for a little bit because that's what got me to where I am right now,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, featureless for a little bit.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
we'll be looking forward to both those projects.
Yeah.
Out of everything you've dropped so far, what would you say your favorite project is?
Man, honestly, I've only dropped 2 projects. Everything's been singles, which is weird when I think about it.
It could be anything. It could be singles. It could be a feature even. It could be an album, an EP.
Man, what is my favorite feature? I think the song would probably be Boulevard, which is funny because like Boulevard is a song that I made with someone named Eben, and she's from Calgary. She's a singer. I don't think it's even on platforms anymore. She took it down. I'm pretty sure.
Why did you dig that?
She's changing the lane of her music, right? So
Oh,
she's
I
like,
see.
I think she's more in the gospel lane now. So like,
Oh, okay.
fair enough. But like, oh man, I love the way that was executed. If it's not that, then I think Hidden Jewel, which was like this year,
Mhm.
is probably one of my favorite songs recently. At least in the past like 2 3 years, like it was one of the easiest to ever come together, and it was
Mm.
written in like 40 minutes.
Oh.
So it just felt right. You know what I mean? There's 100 different versions of it. Don't get me wrong, but like it came out perfect. Like it came out perfect, and it's not going to be the song that streams the best. It means the most to me.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was getting my confidence back on the track. So
I
yeah,
see. So was it what made it the most important to you? Was it how fast it was written, or where you were at that moment when you made that song? What?
yeah. I don't know. Like I think I had a conversation with someone like who was getting on me about the fact that I only release like so many songs a year, right? And
Yeah.
I was like, man, like okay, I apologize first of all. I will try to do better,
Yeah.
but after that, I just went to I went to a studio. I just sat there. I was like, okay, let's do something. And like the beat originally is an R&B song.
Mhm.
I sped it up to like 1.5 or 2 times the speed of what it was. And then I was like, okay, this is better. And then the lyrics came, and then a hook came, and that happened in 40 minutes. I was like, okay, we have something, and I like this.
Mhm.
It's just it's like I think it's important to me because like when I was younger, I had a lot of moments that were like they just worked. Things just made sense in that moment. Songs would come out, and like they were just it was just a fluid motion from like creating a song to releasing it.
Mhm.
Hidden Jewel was one of the most recent things that I've had where it's like creation, release, and like everything just made sense to me, and I would go back to that song again.
Mm.
Everything like you've probably heard from me the last couple of years, aside from Phantom, which was like the big song or
Mhm.
whatever it was, like took time.
Mm.
Yeah, it took time. I just haven't. I like it just made me feel like a kid again, just to like make a song and
That's
just put it out. As soon as it
fair.
was done, I sent it to Kayvon. We submitted it to the distribution people, and it was like, yeah, I don't care. 2 weeks. We were supposed to put it like 4 weeks ahead of time. I was like, nah, 2 weeks, just put it in. That's it. And then think
Fairs.
about it again.
That's sick.
Yeah.
One of my favorite projects you've done was Suffa. That's how I actually found out about you.
Suffer, man. This song, bro.
You don't like that's your project, big man.
No, it's not that I don't like it, man. The way the song came about was honestly very insane for what it was, right?
Nah, you gotta tell us a story. How did it come about?
Oh man, like I was in Halifax at the time. I'm with my boy Mubarak, Dennis, and Kennedy. Like we're literally just chilling in my room, like we're just chopping it up about life. And then Dennis makes music also, Dennis Nofton, and then he was just like, yo, like let's make something. I bring out the mic, whatever it is, and then we start chanting like, nobody go see me suffer, nobody go see me fall. And I'm like, okay, sure, I like it. And at the time, I didn't think it was like anything huge. I didn't think it was anything. I didn't even think it was good to be respectful. Like I knew we enjoyed. It was good in that moment to us. Like it felt great to us, but I didn't think it was a hit. And then I go back to Calgary. I think this was like COVID times, right? So like moving out in and out of places was kind of tough at the time. I was working at IBM or something like that.
Mhm.
And then yeah, I get back to Calgary. Again, like I get to my home studio, try it out, test it out, send a couple demos to my friends because I like to do a litmus test with some of my friends.
Mhm.
If you've gotten a demo from me, you probably know
Yeah.
exactly that. And then yeah, simply put, like we went to studio one day, it was raps and we had Suffa and I recorded the video. First time I like actually put in some time to a music video.
Mhm.
And yeah, that was it. And
It,
to this day, everybody loves it still.
it's you can't deny it's a banger. It's genuinely a banger, and the music video I think was executed
Yeah.
exceptionally, honestly.
Shout
And
out Braden Law. Braden Law and Bradville in a way, but shout out Multi.
shout out to
And
both of
Anthony. I
them.
think Anthony was there too. Shout out
Anthony
him.
was there.
Anthony was there,
He
so
never
shout out him.
mentioned that because Anthony on audio, right?
Yeah, hit both of them, like him and his brother T2 and T3. That's why we call them. They were both there. But I don't think Anthony's in like 1 second in the middle of the video somewhere. But
I never realized because I met like oh fuck when did I meet Anthony? I met Anthony probably 3 years ago. He never mentioned it because we
yeah.
did a bunch of projects together, and I was just asking, oh, what other stuff have you worked on? But I never mentioned.
No, he didn't really work on it. He was just that guy there. Like he was just providing some direction in there. Like I don't know. He played his part in the thing and it was perfect. I don't know. Everyone came together and it was a mad
No,
thing.
it came. No, it was a mad thing. He came
Yeah.
together well for sure. It was an anthem at some point.
Yeah.
So-
I regret not pushing that song more, honestly. Maybe I will try again, but like I do regret not pushing the song more. So
Experience is the best teacher.
mm,
Like, there's always some things you can always do better.
yeah.
And whatever. So you just pick it up, apply it to the new project.
Yeah. Facts. Hopefully we have a couple smashes in there.
Yeah, I mean, you did say that you're working better on releasing new music, so we'll be expecting more.
I will be oppressing 2025. I promise you. I promise you that. I made the promise to K1. I will be oppressing 2025, man. Like,
Love to see it. Love to
yeah.
see
I
it.
apologize to everyone who follows me right now. Like, I'm gonna be dropping a lot of content. And, like, I'm not good at that stuff, so this is new.
What would you say one of the biggest challenge is when with being an artist and trying to release projects and hopping on features and stuff like that? What are some challenges that you've faced that you think
With just the releasing part?
in general doesn't
Yeah.
not necessarily just the releasing part?
I think the thing that's difficult is like, bro, like, I feel like when it comes to music, I have somewhat of an ego. I believe I'm good at what I do. Like, I'm gonna be respectful about it, but like, I believe that when I step in a room with musicians, I am good at what I do. But when it comes to like being successful, that's different. I feel like so many people judge success when it comes to music on the fact that like you're doing tours, you're doing crazy numbers, and especially with Calgary, it's such a trip. I feel like this applies to everywhere, no matter where you're from. But like the place that you live, for you have support from people. Like, and that's gonna be your close friends right off the bat. But for other people to see you as successful, you have to succeed outside of where you're from. And that's like the big thing I didn't realize. Like I needed to succeed outside of where I was from. And then I tried to figure that out. So that was my play. And simply put, like, just try to execute it that way. And we had Phantom. Phantom is huge overseas. It's like it's not gonna be huge here, but it's gonna be huge. It was huge overseas, which is
Yeah.
great. Sydney, Australia, all that good stuff. But I think the hardest part is like releasing something that is important to you and not getting the recognition that you believe it deserves.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's the part that you gotta live with. But again, like try again, keep trying.
Hmm.
Simply put, like not everything's gonna hit, not everything's gonna make sense, but like I promise you, you make the big song, someone's gonna go back and listen and be like, forget that, like this is the one, and it's gonna be that song that you love the most, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always found that crazy how, you put all this work into your most recent project and
Mhm.
just you release it. Yeah, it does decent, then randomly one from like 3 years back just pops off.
Exactly. And a lot of people are having good, like, bro, it's crazy. Like I think that's what they call breaking a song now. Like when you
Mhm.
like I know there's a couple artists like who have dropped like 8 years ago. Their song was just breaking now. Like remember that like one TikTok guy, like the Fleetwood Mac song, I don't know, it's like
Mhm.
da da da. He's like riding his like longboard down the street, and like this guy was just an absolute vibe. Some dude like literally just riding his longboard down the street. Like that relit that song, and that song did more numbers than it probably did back then at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's insane. Like I guess social media has a huge part. Not I guess, but social media definitely has a huge part to play
Yeah.
in that, especially with like TikTok short form content. So like
TikTok, bro.
you 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 say,
It's a love and hate game, but it's a love and hate game.
well, what do you mean? Explain, elaborate. You got to elaborate on that now.
Man, like, bro, I think the worst part for every artist is making content. Genuinely, like making content. And like I've tried to be creative
Yeah.
in aspects of that, but like there's only so much you can do to be different. You
Mhm.
need to like think so far out of the box for you to bring new people in with that short form content. And like I'm not one of those people like if you want my personal life, listen to the lyrics. If you
Mhm.
want anything else, like I can't give that to you in short form content. I'm not gonna give you what my daily skin routine is. Like I did one of those recently, and oh my, it did well. But like, bro, genuinely, I'm just like nobody wants to know about this, but I guess people do. Like they
Yeah.
want to be attached to your personal life in some way, and that's like
Yeah.
something I'm getting used to. But shout out to Emily, she's kind of helping me rebrand that approach to doing this. So I guess you guys are gonna know so much more about me in the next couple months here coming.
Bez, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
What's something you'd say you've learned from your failures in the past,
Oh, my failures.
if I can call it that?
Yeah, I've definitely failed a couple times at things, bro.
Yeah.
Um, man, I think like
You can take your time to think about it.
yeah. I'm just thinking. I feel like man, when it comes to my failures, bro, like I used to be a person who just gave up on stuff a lot, and I've done that in like relationships and like just like life and stuff like that. Like if it doesn't come easy to me, I don't like it, and I give up on it. Music taught me patience in so many ways, bro. Like best friend was like the perfect example of that. I released that, it did terribly the first couple weeks. I got on a plane from Calgary to Halifax to go back to school. I get off the plane. It had like 10,000 more streams like overnight than it like it had 10,000 streams overnight. And that was just because Spotify just put it somewhere and then people found it. Done. It's taught me patience, bro. I think my failures have taught me patience in so many ways. And I don't consider them failures anymore. Like they are literally just lessons, something to move forward from, recalibrate, pick up, keep going. And I haven't succeeded at everything I want to do. Technically, if you want to put it that way, I'm failing right now at being
Yeah.
successful in music. But like, I don't believe it's a failure. I feel like I've just learned all the lessons I needed to learn, so I'm prepared for when it is successful.
I like that.
Yeah,
Change the perspective of how you viewed it initially. That's good. We could all learn from that, honestly.
yeah. I feel like honestly, but like, we following all these pages like Hope Core and all this stuff like that because I do like motivation, man. Like I feel
Yeah.
like I sometimes you just need an external boost, like an energy pack, a battery pack, bro. And like I use that in my people. My people are very uplifting, and like my friends are very uplifting, and like I don't like keeping anyone around me who isn't. They don't have to support my music in that sense, but like it's more about like, are you an uplifting person? Do I feel joy when I'm around you? Do I feel like I can achieve anything when I'm around you? And that's so important to me now.
Yeah. That's one thing I've noticed in the community in Calgary. The community, I'd say we're in with like, Betta Boyz,
Mm,
Corey, Hector, all of them.
mm,
They're really supportive. Obviously, there's a lot more people. Just
mm,
those are the people I'm
mm.
quite involved with, and they're so fucking supportive.
Bro, it's insane. Like I'm telling you, like Betta Boyz got one of the strongest fan bases ever, man. Like, and like that's the funny part. Like, it doesn't matter what show you put them on. Like, I know exactly who's gonna show up, and they're gonna show up live, direct, and ready to like. They're gonna, oh, bro, it's crazy. I love that for them too, and like, and that, bro, like I think that was like huge too for us. Like, I can't remember what show I did at Junction, and the Betta Boyz performed. I can't even remember what year this was. Like, I've done two shows at Junction that were huge. But like it's the same people that came to the first one that came to the second one. And I will love them forever. Like if you've been to any show for me at Junction, like golly, man, like just send me a photo. Like when that day comes where it's like, yo, we're doing like the new stadium here.
Yeah.
We're performing there. Literally just send a photo to Kayvon. Yeah, send it to Kayvon. Send it to Kayvon actually, because I'm terrible at checking messages. But send it to Kayvon. Like take this as a word as bond. Like send a photo of you being at that concert to Kayvon or to me or whoever's on my team at the time. And I promise you, you won't pay for that concert if it's a big stadium. Like done, because those people meant so much to me. Like
The Betta Boyz are definitely one group I'd like to have on this.
yeah, you're gonna need a lot more chairs. You know what I mean?
We got to figure out logistics and
Yeah.
everything, but
Yeah, you gotta get them on the couch over there. For sure.
don't worry, bigger location. It'll be a bigger location. It was a bigger
Yes.
location from last year, so
Hey
they're
man,
only growing.
every year, up and up, up and up.
But yeah, as I was saying, the community in Calgary is crazy and so supportive. And I hear a lot of Calgary this, Calgary that. You can't. Calgary's not the best space for this. Calgary's not the best space for that. Fairs, if you're comparing it to the bigger
Yeah,
locations,
to Toronto, yeah, Vancouver, yeah, no, completely
like
fair.
fair, but I strongly think that Calgary has the potential to branch out.
Yeah, but I think the market share is like, market share is a huge thing, but like I know a lot of people don't talk about this, but like bro, owning market share in a city, especially when it comes to music, like if you can get those exact same people to come to your show, however many times you host them a year, bro, you're about to make a killing. And on top of that, you own that market share. That's when you get a label deal. You know what I mean? So it's kind of it's kind of a trippy situation when it comes to that. Feels like it's really clicky when it comes to anything that has to do with music. I feel like some people are very open and receptive to who you are as a person, what kind of music you make. But sometimes like there are the cliques, and like when we talk about, I've seen people have like takes on like who's the best musician in Calgary. I'm like, I don't expect to be on any of those lists ever because I'm not clicked up with those people. But like that's fine, bro. But Calgary is very cliquey sometimes. I've met some great people in this industry though, for sure. I just know that there's certain people who want to win first before you do. And that's always gonna be a thing. But like, bro, we had like Tate McRae is huge. She went to my high school. She's 2 or 3 years younger than me. Like she's massive, bro. She came from here. She succeeded.
Yeah.
No clicks needed, bro. Her friends just supported her until she was ta-da-da. And then that was game over. Now she's world touring. She's got tracks that are amazing. That's it.
Is her team from here? Do you know?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. Like, I don't really have the inside information with that one. Like, I've only, I don't know. We just have similar circles, right? So, like, yeah, a lot of her friends were like people I knew, and like she comes back for Stampede and stuff like that all the time. But yeah, personally, don't know her well enough to be like, I know your team. Yeah, so no, definitely don't. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's good to know. Who knows? Maybe we can get Tate McRae on sometime.
Honestly, she just give her a shot when she's here for Stampede. I'm sure she'll pull up, bro. Low key.
Loki.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. Let's see. What advice would you have for someone that's getting into the music scene, especially in Calgary?
Wow. I think someone actually asked me a couple days ago, and shout out to Lotus because she's amazing, by the way. Um, man, when it comes to getting to the music scene in Calgary, I think you take everything as an experience and like learn from the experience. Like, do the shows, do the shows. Like, they're small, but like, man, the amount of stuff that I learned like doing the small shows and like crowd engagement, like the way I feel so comfortable. I can go onto a stage without preparation
Mhm.
and know I'll succeed at what I'm trying to do. Like that's the point I've reached. You know what I mean? So like, I don't do that, but like, I feel like I have the confidence to know
Yeah.
I can go on a stage if I wasn't planning to, and still kill it.
Mhm.
But like that's just coming from experience. Like when I was performing with Hemen back in the day,
Mhm.
dog, I was so shy, bro. I'm still a shy person right now, but like, oh man, like getting those words out of me, bro, I would break a sweat before even just like before I rap because I'm so nervous. I'm shaking in my
Mhm.
boots type thing. But like, yeah, do the shows, get the experience, work on your craft, man. Like the people like people are always gonna say like music is subjective, man. Someone's gonna love your shit. And realistically, don't let Calgary be your be all end all.
Mm.
You can be successful wherever. You don't have to move there. You just gotta get your music to somebody out in the world. Like how I don't even know, was it 8 billion people?
Yeah.
Choose one, fam. Like you're gonna find someone. I promise you. Like there's no way one person doesn't like what you've made.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that.
So yeah, just keep doing that, dog. Like and I don't know, like there's so many tips I could give, but like it's honestly just about how hungry you are.
Yeah.
And that hunger is the only thing that's gonna keep you going.
Mm.
So yeah. Just
That's good. What belief or principle would you say guides your work and your life?
man, I think loyalty, huge. I didn't really understand that back in the day, but like when loyalty is earned, it's deserved and like it should be reciprocated.
Mhm.
I think karma is huge when it comes to music for me. Like, oh man, I do have some toxic lyrics, bro. Like on this project, at least that's coming, man.
Yeah,
Jeez, Louise. I believe karma is a huge thing, and like I think respect is also a huge thing. Like, bro, anytime I go to
that's for sure.
like,
Respect for sure.
yeah, I think that's like a guiding principle. Like, I'm the kind of person that like if I'm in a studio and someone's recording me, like I'm gonna say thank you after every take. You know what I mean? I'm one of those people. Like, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna say please before everything. I don't know why, but like I guess Nigerian home training and stuff like that gets me thinking like that.
Fast.
But
You
like,
can also argue Canadian. They're just
yeah,
nice in
yeah,
general.
that's true. Be nice as hell over here, man. I gotta become American for a couple of days, man. Um, but yeah, like, I think that's one of the things. Like, and I'm at this point where it's like, if I feel something, I'm gonna say it, and I'm not thinking about it twice anymore. I used to like second guess a lot of things in my life. I used to be shy. I used to be very like quiet, but like, nah, man. I believe in self confidence, bro. Simply put, like everything I do with a purpose. Everything I do, it may not be the outcome I desired, but I'm one step closer to the outcome I want. So the main thing that pushes me right now is confidence.
Hmm.
I believe that I'm meant to be on the stages, stadiums, big tours, and I'm gonna always believe that. Even when I'm 40, 50, I don't care.
Damn, preach, G.
You know what I mean? Like I'm meant to be like but I know some people like may think this is ego, cockiness, whatever it is. Like I'm not sure if I love making music. I'm not sure if music is my be all end all, but I love making music. And right now there's nothing that's ever gonna move me from that, at least that I can see. And for me to want to keep doing this is because I believe that what I'm making is so good to the point where send me the Grammy now, please. Okay, maybe not right now, but like, I definitely want
I mean, if it comes right now, you
it.
better take that
I'm
opportunity.
running for it. I'm running for it. But yeah, like man, like yeah, I think self confidence, loyalty, karma, and respect are just four key principles there.
On the topic of, balancing music and guiding principles of life, how would you say you balance both personal life versus, work, which is the music.
Oh, bro, I can't do the personal life with the music, man. Okay, it's kind of bad, fam. Like, I'm gonna just talk relationship stuff like for a second, because like anytime I've been in one of these a relationship period, something is like has to sacrifice. Either it's music or it's that.
Mm.
I haven't been able to balance it, and like maybe I just need time to learn how to do that. But no, like there's no balance because music is such a thing where it's like you have so many fleeting moments.
Mhm.
And like if you don't capitalize on those moments, it's tough. I know some people who've been able to do it so well, but at the same time, like some things suffer, bro. Like some things suffer, and I suffer, godly. Um, yeah, like some things suffer, man, and that's just gonna be always the case. But like in time, you learn how to do balance,
Mhm.
and I've learned in the last couple of years, like how to balance it a bit better.
Mhm.
But I am super focused right now, and I'm
No,
like,
it's fair.
my personal life is me and my guys. We talk. I show up to the things, and they love music too, and I love listening to their music. I'm in a group chat that we just send music to each other,
Mhm.
new releases,
That's
all this stuff
fire.
like that. So like they meet, they like they're just very supportive in that sense, and I'll always have time for them, and I'll always be ready to help them out when time comes.
Mhm.
Yeah, simply put.
So, with that being said, are you in the agreement? It's a saying that when you're trying to build something, when you're focused,
Mm.
you don't have time for relationships.
Man, what is that? The four agreements?
Yes, if you're in agreement. And
Yeah,
it's not, it's more romantic relationships, not necessarily platonic.
yeah, yeah. I don't know, bro. I believe that's partially true. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like if I don't feel creatively pushed, challenged, or anything like that, it becomes hard to maintain one. Um, I've never really talked about a relationship on any of these kind of platforms, but I guess I'm supposed to get personal now. In this
You brought it up.
in
Gee,
this
I didn't want to explore it,
in
but
this era of my life, bro, like
if you're here, you're here.
yeah, I just don't. I personally feel like I don't like bringing burdens to people anymore. Like I don't want my music or supporting my music to be a burden for anyone.
Mhm.
And people had lives before they met me. And realistically, like, I don't want to change their life if this wasn't their plan,
Mhm.
simply put. Yeah. Yeah, in the simplest sense, man, like, something's got to give. And, like, it's very tough to master both. But at
Yeah,
the same time, like, I'm open to the concept of it, I'm open to the idea of it. I just don't think anyone's ever moved the needle enough for me to be like, that's got to weigh more than
yeah,
the music to me. And that's like it's not because of them or anything like that. It's just more about the fact that like I get a lot more just emotional growth out of making music
I see.
than that, which is weird also. Shit, I don't
Oh,
even.
to each its own. I wouldn't say it's
Yeah.
weird, but I mean, you're very self-aware,
Yeah.
and you know what you want. You know that's what you want. So that's calm.
Yeah, man. I just hey, listen, bro, if we're a little bit more successful in the future, then we could talk about it. But like, yeah, but for right now, like I'm super like
Just doing your own thing.
I'm head down, dog. I'm
Yeah,
head down, locked in. Let me get this money, man.
fairs,
Let me
man.
get this money.
Fairs. No, I respect that. What would you say is next for you?
What I say is next is a tough one. I feel like hopefully in the next 2 years, man, like we are at the point where it's like we're in contention for the awards.
Mhm.
We're in contention and we're in the right studios. I'm songwriting for people who aren't just me. Um, I don't care for the accolades, but I want to be in the conversation because realistically, like your favorite artists are probably people, or most people's favorite artists are people who don't win those big awards.
Yeah,
And that's fine. Um, I want to be able to do a show here in Calgary and it'd be 3 days long and it'd be sold out. That'd be sick.
hey man.
Yeah.
Hey,
They got the
man.
stadium coming, right? So like, yeah, do a show in Calgary for sure. And like 3 day long thing, you know what I mean? Like Vibes Cartel just got out, you know. It's supposed to be a festival in here.
Man, you know what? It's good to put it out there because when it does happen, we're all going to look back to this and be like, yeah,
Man, that day's gonna hit so hard. But I don't know. That journey is gonna be interesting. This next year is gonna be very interesting.
no, for sure. We're looking forward to it. And you said you didn't want to be more consistent, said at the start of this. So
Yeah.
we're going to hold you on to it.
Yeah. Like, yo, if a couple weeks go by, you ain't heard nothing from me, no content, nothing like that, message me, fam. Let me know I'm slacking in it.
Exactly. You heard it from the man.
Yeah.
But we're going to round it up here.
Okay.
I genuinely appreciate you coming through.
No, I appreciate
Thanks,
it, bro.
big man.
Anytime, fam. Anytime.
That's
That's a wrap.
a wrap.